Did you know that Case and Huff and Schleter has been servicing customers in the tri-state area for nearly 100 years? As an independent insurance agency, they have the flexibility to find the right value for your business, farm, and personal insurance needs. Case and Huff and Schleter is a locally owned agency. Their agents and support team are ready to help. Give them a call or find them on Facebook. Case and Huff and Schleter, proud sponsor of the Muddy River News Business Spotlight. Welcome to the Muddy River News Business Spotlight. I'm Bob Goff. Our program is sponsored by Case and Huff and Schleter Insurance. We're talking to Ryan Hildebrand today with Madison Davis Bicycles. Welcome.
Thank you.
Today, as we record this on Thursday, it is beautiful outside. Great day to ride a bike.
It is. I rode home for lunch this morning.
Wow.
Or this afternoon, I guess.
And I guess you're kind of living on house money, though, this month, aren't we? Pretty soon,
Yeah.
it's going to be cold.
Oh, yeah. We've been very lucky.
Well, but this kind of weather is great for you guys because people want to get in those other two rides that they might want to do, and they're going to come by your shop and look around a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of traffic for Christmas. It hasn't been cold enough for people to really think about it.
Yeah.
We still got a few riders out there that are, like you said, are coming in. A few last rides of the year with good weather and need some things. But
how many years have you been with Madison Davis?
Almost 23.
Wow. And so you went from the old shop to the new shop, and you have that beautiful new building there at 8th and Jefferson.
Yep.
So I guess that has had to have been something that was really good for the business.
Yeah, it was very nice. It made it feel more of a big city shop in Quincy. A lot of people make comments that way. They're from out of town and come in, and they really like the shop.
What year was that again when you built a new one? Ballpark.
I think it's 12 or 13.
Yeah, not quite 10 years, right?
Yeah,
right around 10 years. So, and I know when the old shop bought a bike or two for a kid back in the old shop, and it was quaint and it was cool, but the new shop's a lot different.
Yes, it is.
What does it enable to you to do now that you couldn't do before?
We definitely got more space, so we can do more of the exercise, cycling trainers, have a spot dedicated for that. The old shop, we used to hide all of our shoes back in the corner, and so we got helmet display, shoe display. We got used bike area. It's just a lot more. It's not everything on top of itself and on top of other things, and it's just a lot more room.
When you're when somebody comes in and they say, okay, I want to get on a bike, I want to upgrade. How do you get? And when they're like, look, my feet hurt, but I need to get active, so I need to bike instead of walk or run. What do you tell them?
There's a lot of questions that go into trying to figure out what style of bike they need, and what they want the bike for and what they're going to do. So style of riding or terrain, if they're going to ride gravel roads, they're going to ride all hard surface. They're doing family riding. Do they ever think they're going to compete or maybe want to go faster or farther? Try to get them on the right bike. There's a few questions to figure out what someone needs. But if you're just doing casual riding, there's not a whole lot of different models to pick from.
And if it's something where you guys can pretty much get anybody any custom thing they need, right?
Yeah. And we work with Trek as one of our main brands, and they have what they call the Project One. If you're getting into high-end bikes, you can customize carbon wheels, drivetrains, paint schemes. You can do your own paint if you want. They just custom everything. And
around Quincy, it seems like we have a few more places to ride now than we used to.
Yes, we've been working on a off-road trail, like mountain bike trails. We've been working with the Park District and like the Klingner Trail. We've been working with those guys, helping as much as we can. The mountain bike stuff, the bike park down by the Park District, we've been working with that. There's a few of us that have been building and working hard. Getting all that stuff. So there's a lot more stuff for kids to do. And we got a lot more mountain bike, off-road trails, hiking, biking trails coming too. We got a lot of things in the future.
Where's your favorite place to ride?
Generically, it's the bottom roads. It's because it's easy, simple. It's not a lot of traffic heading north from the bridge. You can kind of, depends on what you're looking for. It's all flat.
That's what I was going to say, though. I was going to say, Bonsinga Drive, North Bottom Road. I was going to say that's where I see a lot of bikes, and that's what I was like, that would have to be kind of everybody's favorite.
It's not a lot of hills. You can kind of just zone out and go as far as you want. And go. A lot of people ride up to Nauvoo if you want 100 miles. But if you ride from our bridge to the Ursa stop sign down there, it's 10 miles, about 10 miles. So it's 20-mile round trip. A lot of people do that.
And if you want hills, just go to Hannibal, right?
Sure. Yeah, 79. That's what we always do. Right?
Oh, my gosh. I would think 79 would be a little treacherous.
Horrible. It's horrible. It's fun. It's got its I don't know. I haven't done it in the last few years, but there's a group at Hannibal and Quincy guys go over and ride it a few times a year. But
so you've tried to take a bike up like the hill to Lover's Leap then, right?
Oh, yeah, a few times.
Oh.
So the thing is, when you ride from Hannibal to Louisiana on Highway 79, and when you come back, before you go all the way back in, you have to ride up Lover's Leap.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I did it, I 3/4 of the way I got to the real steep, tight right-hand turn. I just did a loop and came right back down. I was like, nope.
Not ready for this. Well, having grown up over there and, I've been on that road a few times, it's, I don't like driving it. I can't imagine. And, the folks who do the Hannibal Cannibal and things like that, it's my gosh.
Those are fun, too.
Oh, yes.
Your feet hurt up and down.
Oh, but anyway, more about the shop. Madison Davis has been an institution in Quincy, for how many years? You've been there 23, but how many years has Greg had it open?
It's actually Madison.
That's right.
And his dad. So since 1947.
Wow.
So I've been there a long time.
And but again, it is a fixture, and when people need their bikes and need a good bike, you guys are the place to go in town. And running a small business has not been easy these last few years.
Yeah, it is not.
Now with with everything with the pandemic, though, bike riding seems to be something you could have done during that time.
Right.
So was that kind of where you guys were able to maybe get you weren't crushed like everybody else was by that?
From the start, it was really bad.
Yeah.
There was nothing available. You couldn't get anything. It seems like most of the stuff comes from China, Taiwan, Cambodia, Germany, whatever. Trek still makes some of their high-end stuff in Waterloo, Wisconsin, but that's only like the super high-end stuff that most people in Quincy aren't buying. Mm-hmm. But trying to get something, bikes are 12 to 14, 16 months on average. That's how long it takes to get a bike. That's how far out they are.
Wow. And again, that's supply chain issues right now. Yes. So whereas earlier it might have your price felt more of it later then, I guess.
So right around that March of 20, there's nothing in stock. Everything's disappearing. So you would put a bunch of bikes on back order. That's when Trek would try to figure out where they're going to cap your business at. And so we were capped at about 500. So you can only put 500 bikes on back order. And so it seems like a lot of bikes, but it's a year. And so if you're trying to predict what you're going to sell for the next year and the following year, if we have some bikes that are out till May of 25.
Oh my God.
And so if you're trying to predict what you're going to sell for next year and then also get on back order what you're going to need for the following spring, it's kind of a horrible game you're trying to play.
Okay, so this is a perfect example of trying to learn about the more of the ramifications, because you don't think about this stuff if you're just me or somebody else, but when you're in your business and trying to get product and trying to make a living, these kinds of things really do come into play.
Yeah, absolutely. It was horrible with tires, just repair bikes, and even if someone can get a bike out of their garage or barn or wherever and they need it fixed, trying to get tires and chains and grips and seats, all that was miserable the last year.
So, but once again, as we said, running a small business isn't easy. But when you had talked, we talked a little bit beforehand in the fact that you had said, you don't get to ride as much as you like, because it's your job to keep the shop running and to do all this other stuff. And when your hobby and your passion becomes your livelihood, sometimes it becomes work.
Absolutely. Right? People come in, they go, "Oh, you must ride thousands of miles every year," and I wish, but no, not so much. Especially this last year, we worked so many hours in 20, just a couple of us, that we didn't do anything but work, and no one took any vacation time. No one did nothing. It was just trying to keep repairs, keep people's bikes going.
And again, just to try to keep the doors open,
Right.
because again, with everything this country's had to endure over the last year or 2 years on this, again, small business is challenging enough before you get these kind of things thrown at you. Well, and I think that in talking about the shop in general, and again, its longevity being around since 1947, what is the key to having a business that's been open this long?
I feel like what I preach to my mechanics and stuff is your how you treat someone when they walk in the door, your attitude, trying to have a good personality and talk with people. Don't try to feel like you're jamming everything down their throat. Build relationships with customers so they trust you and they want to come back. Help people out once in a while. Things like that. It's like, the person coming in might have a horrible day. They had a flat tire. They don't know how to fix it. They just walk 2 miles and come in. They don't want to see you in a bad mood. They want you to be like, hey, how's it going? Let me fix this for you as fast as I can. And then that makes everybody feel better. So
any retail is all about relationships and customer service. Yeah. And if you have a good rapport with somebody who you do business with, whether you're a bike owner, a bartender, or in any other kind of field, it's that okay, you are my friend.
Yes.
I will help you. You will help me, and we are all in this together.
Absolutely. And I feel like I've met a lot of people through the shop over the last 20-some years, and made a lot of friends. And so.
What is your service area? Where do you get customers from?
Everywhere. We get people coming from St. Louis. If their parents live here and they moved to St. Louis or something, summertime, some of the St. Louis shops are backed up. They might be a week, 2 weeks. During COVID, we were 3 weeks out. Like the first round, it was really bad. We were 3 weeks out. Some bike shops in St. Louis were 2 months out. So, but on a typical year, people would come as far as St. Louis. They'd spend the weekend with their family. If they could drop it off Friday night, pick it up Saturday afternoon. We try to get their bike turned around for anybody out of town. They're great. They're super happy and they got what they needed. But we pull Keokuk, a lot of people from Hannibal, Monroe City, and then all the little towns, Pace and Liberty. There's a lot of. That's the reason why we built the new shop where it is. We've been there so long, everybody knows where we're at. We didn't want to move, and so then someone might not be able to find us from.
And you also were able to put a parking lot there.
Yeah, right? Yeah, because parking wasn't fun in the old shop.
I guess with your business, there's got to be a pretty good online component too, right?
Yeah, we don't sell a lot of stuff online, but it seems like that's